Start off with an inhale, huh? Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Today is the 23rd of January in the year 2023, starting our fourth recording of the Limitless book. Last time we were reviewing purpose, passion, and I believe the last video was on finding your reasons. And now we have moved on to, and that all of those things encompassed purpose, because motivation is made up of purpose times energy times small, simple steps. So, purpose is all about identifying goals that are achievable, reachable, healthy, sustainable, and in line with who you identify as, what you identify as, and towards your goals that you set for yourself to continue to grow. We're moving on to our energy now, and energy starts off real quick, letting us know what is coming next. Energy. You have a clear purpose for doing something. You've broken it down into you have clear purpose for doing something, and you've broken down the project or goal into small, simple steps. Does that guarantee sustainable, limitless motivation? The answer to that is no, because there's another component of this equation we have not yet explored: your energy. So they start off with 10 recommendations, guidelines for generating limitless brain energy. It asks us to go through these 10 things, rate how we're doing in that particular thing, and I can do that. I can do that live right now. But they also provide actions that you can take to incorporate these 10 things into your life to bring some good brain energy or some good brain health. So, a good brain diet. This one is pretty simple. The food that you consume goes to your brain. It goes to your heart, your body, and your brain is part of your body. So what you put in, it needs to be important and it needs to be good for your brain. There are specific foods out there that have been proven, according to this book, that are good for your brain, good for your thought process, and good for your overall health. There are 10 listed here, and I plan on incorporating a handful of them into my daily routine. Because I am fasting, I don't have a breakfast, but what I do is I do eat between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. So some of these things I can start my days with, and I can also snack on during my window. So avocados, not gonna lie, not a big fan of the avocado. Once it's been processed and you add the onions and the red onion and the cilantro and the spices and the other stuff, it's fine. But I'm going to be real with you. I don't have that energy or desire to make that in the morning. Blueberries, however, I do. I'm not too fond of blueberries, but I can get over that. I can learn to love the blueberries because it's a very snackable fruit. I can get a little thing of blueberries here, eat like 10 or 12 of them as I'm recording or as I'm reading. So I'm going to be incorporating the blueberries into my diet. Broccoli, I love broccoli, but I only like broccoli when it's got oil, salt, and pepper on it. So we're going to see if I can snack on some broccolis without those additives to keep it nice and healthy. And we'll see how that goes. Maybe it won't be too bad to have a little oil, salt, and pepper. Salt and pepper. Dark chocolate. So they make a point here to say that the darker it is, the better, because the darker it is, the less sugar is in the food. So I'm not a big fan of chocolate, really. I don't go out and eat chocolate bars for fun. That's a lie. I love Whoppers. I will destroy a canister of Whoppers in like 10 seconds and not even realize it. So, you know what? Dark chocolate won't be that difficult to incorporate into a snack or something. Eggs. I love eggs. Problem is, by the time I start eating at 11 o'clock, I eat my meal prepped lunch, which generally doesn't have eggs in it because we cook it on Sundays so that it lasts the entire week. But I will start incorporating eggs into my lunch meal or as a snack in between lunch and dinner. Green leafy vegetables. I googled what that meant because what's a green leafy, celery, leeks, kale, lettuce, Brussels sprouts. What's a green leafy vegetable? After about 13 seconds of looking at it, I came to the conclusion kale is the answer. So I can probably grab some kale, clean it off and just munch on it like a rabbit, as I'm working or doing something here. Uh, Salmon, sardines, caviar, I'm over it. It's omega 3 they're looking for. I take fish oil, so that should cover that. Turmeric. Sorry, I don't believe my local grocery store has turmeric. I'm going shopping in a few minutes though, so I will find that out. However, I do not believe if they have it, I'm gonna get it. I'll get it and see what happens. Water. I am actively trying to drink more water every day. I still haven't consumed. I'm still not where I want to be. During the day, I'll realize I'm dehydrated, and then of course aggressively start drinking water, and then I overhydrate. So I'm trying to find a nice middle ground of being cognizant of where my hydration is and staying on top of it. Following our 10 brain foods are different recipes on what you can do with them: smoothies, salads, fillets, cinnamon, whatever stuff. The next thing they bring up are brain nutrients. He has a list of things on his resources page of his favorite supplements to be consuming. Pretty much, it's this. It's phospholipid DHA. I'm gonna go see if that is in my current fish oil. If not, I may look into adding that into my morning cocktail. I believe at this moment I take fish oil, 1-a-day men's vitamins, elderberry, and apple cider vinegar as a liquid. So I can add one more. I'll have to do some research. I mean, if this guy's telling me it works, more than likely, then it does work. And I'm still going to Google it a little bit, see if this is something I need to put in my body or not, or if I can find it somewhere else without having to put a pill down my throat. And so that's number 2 of the ways to maintain brain health, brain energy. Number 3 is exercise. This is obviously one of those things that we don't like to hear. I went to the doctor 4 or 5 months, half a year ago, and they did blood work, and it wasn't bad, it wasn't good, it was very meh. Ultimately, it boiled down to I need to sleep more, eat better, exercise, and have a healthier diet. And if I do all those things, then my health will increase. Wow. Baffling, right? It's one of those things that's like, okay, I get it. Exercise. It's good for you. I know. But it's also, it hurts. It's tiring. It makes you all sweaty. But this is another, luckily, exercise coincides with one of my goals for this 365 days. So I am currently exercising with the following that YouTube video of the Iron series. But pretty self-explanatory. Exercise. It's good for your heart. It's good for your body. Good for your blood. Gets all the. They did some studies, and people who do work out or run. Actually, you know what? Specifically, this one says aerobics, not lifting weights. It says aerobics. I believe it's like aerobics, and then maybe like 2 hours a week of lifting. Let me see. Nah, maybe it's later on in the chapter. So I'm going to introduce running into my workout regimen. I'm not sure when. I think I'm going to do it in the morning when I wake up, just so that I can, really get the body moving, get the heart bumping, get the brain up to speed. The way that I feel right now with this energy and this drive and focus, I want to have it at 6 a.m. and not at 1:44 p.m. I mean, I grant this is more like 10 after my 2 cups of coffee. But anyways, introducing aerobics and some weightlifting. Number 4 is going to look goofy. Killing ants. Now, ants, of course, is a. I think they say it here. It's one of those things where every letter stands for something. Nomenclature. Acronym. Thank you. ANTS. ANTS stands for Automatic Negative Thoughts, which sounds awfully familiar if you watch my magic series. One of the things that we were dealing with a few days ago was the magical way out of negative thinking. And of course, when you hear yourself start thinking negatively about yourself or a situation or really anything, what you do, according to the magic book, is you welcome and you bring more of that kind of negativity into the situation or the person or whatever you're dealing with at the time. And the same thing kind of is going with this. Anytime that you have these negative thoughts, you limit yourself. You think, I'm too slow, I'm not smart enough, this is too difficult. You put those restraints and those limits on you, and then you're unable to break out of them because you continually reinforce them with your negative thoughts. And so this one is telling us that you need to identify those automatic negative thoughts, ants, and remove them. And then, of course, with the magic, what they tell you to do is when you start down that road, you, instead of, like, oh no, no, bad, you stop it and redirect the thought, like, I'm not good at React yet, but I have resources and the willpower and the drive to learn and better and get good at this program. You can take that negativity and make it more positive. I'll be an expert. It will not be today, but it will be. I will be a React expert eventually. And I'm going to do it. And you take that negativity, make it a positivity, and you're no longer restraining or limiting yourself or your possibilities. So that was cool to see the Limitless book and the Magic book kind of cross over a little bit. This one right here is big. I feel this. Maybe not by looking back there do you believe it, but my kitchen is pretty clean. I don't like working in a dirty place or a cluttered place because you can't focus on the task in front of you because you're too busy like moving stuff around or looking for your pen. When everything is nice and clean, you can just sit down, stand up, focus on what needs to get done. So this one proposes that clean air, clean living, clean space is the key to a clean, healthy brain. It's not going to change your brain chemistry, but it's going to enable you to. It's going to enable you to live in a clean and work in a clean, positive, good vibey space. The next one kind of hit a little close to home. A positive peer group. I believe in here it says, yeah, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. I don't know 5 people. I don't spend time with 5 people yet. I will maybe have friends later on that I can't spend time with, or coworkers, or you. You guys count towards my 5 peeps. So you're awesome, I bet, because I'm pretty awesome. So I bet you guys are awesome. So what this one did, how I'm trying to enact this into my life, is there is a Facebook group for people that have read the Limitless book or his other works. So I made a Facebook account. I sent a request to join that group. I am hoping I will join some like-minded individuals and we can all thrive and be limitless together. Brain protection. It's kind of silly that this is here, but I guess it's something that needs to be said if you want to cover all of your bases. It goes about saying that, don't speed on your vehicle, don't drive recklessly, don't get into fistfights, don't do anything that can put your precious, precious brain at risk. So, be cognizant of that. Don't be crazy. You're putting your limitless ability up in the air when you're unnecessarily dangerous with your brain. Number 8, new learning. What did I put down for this? Ah, yes. So new learning is you want to keep learning things. You need to have the desire to continually expand on knowledge you have or knowledge you want to have. And so the exercise for this one is to create a to learn list, which is really cool. So I'm thinking somewhere here, I'm not sure where, but somewhere on my wall, I'm going to get a big old piece of paper that I'm just going to keep adding to on things that I want to learn. Anything. Just like how I started this YouTube channel, because I was tired of not having resolutions and therefore not, and then coincidentally not achieving anything as the years pass by. If I have a list of things that I want to learn, a list of things I want to achieve, I think it'll do wonders for helping me focus on completing those tasks. So learning new languages like Japanese and Spanish and French, and learning coding languages, learning how to incorporate chat GBT into my life, learning sales pitches, learning how to edit, learning my wife wants me to learn how to paint fingernails. I need to learn geography because my geography is terrible for now, but once I start working on it, I'll be able to identify all 50 states in America without any assistance. And what else? What else? Geography, makeup, nails. Oh, makeup. My wife wants me to learn how to do makeup. I'll learn how to do makeup. It's basically what, just painting? I can paint, not very well for now, but I'll learn and I'll get better and I'll be next on the season of Glow Up champion right here. So it's cool. It's invigorating to have just having the thought of a list of things that are totally achievable as long as you put in the time and effort to get it done. And with the help of this book, it's going to make achieving those things much more realistic. So it's cool. It's great. It's incredible to have that possibility that I can do anything that I want. So I'm very excited for that. The ninth thing on our list for brain energy is stress management. Who would have thought? Stress is bad for you. So there's a lot on this. There's a lot in here. Basically, it just says that if you're stressed a lot, the part of your brain that deals with stress takes the front seat and it runs your daily life. Coincidentally, that part of your brain is not the part of your brain that makes really big brain thoughts like 5D chess. The super smart part of your brain kind of goes into the back seat and lets the stress brain take over everything. Not what we want to do to be limitless. So it asks, what do we do to cope with our stress? When was the last time we did that thing to cope with our stress? And it doesn't tell you to do it, but I am going to do something that helps me cope with my stress, and that is a campfire. I love camping, and I love campfires just a little more. So I'm gonna do one tonight in my backyard and have a little campfire. Gonna sit back, relax. I'm gonna have some, um, because the campfire will occur after 7 p.m. I can't eat anything, so I will be partaking in some seltzer water or calorie-free fizzy water or whatever that stuff is. I don't know. I've never. So yeah, I'm gonna have some of that. And lastly, for good quality brain energy, I love this. If you go back, everything is like half a page, right? Or maybe like a single page, except the recipes. Two, 1 page, three, 1 page, four, 1 page, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 page, 9, 1 page. 10 is sleep. Look how many pages are on sleep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6.5 pages on sleep. There's a lot in here. I'm not an expert. I'm not a medical professional. What I'm about to say is from my opinion and experience only. So don't sue me. But sleep is, I think, as important to your health as water and your diet is. Probably more important than your diet, less than water. But you need sleep. In here, he even says that it is the very when you play with your sleep, you're not getting enough sleep. You remember that it is the very health and function of the mind and the body that's at stake. Like your brain controls everything, and your brain needs sleep. Being super stoked about only getting 2 hours of sleep a day and still really kicking ass at work, that's not good for you. You can do it for now, but there are repercussions. There is a price that's being paid for that immediately, as well as when time ticks, like as it compounds and adds on to itself. You need good quality sleep. This is something I'm working on. I'm much better now than I used to be a year ago when I was getting 4 hours of sleep a day. I really was getting four, sometimes less. Um, and I was really proud of how well I was still working. Like I was still getting, still knocking stuff out, accomplishing a lot. Doing some really important stuff. And then I would do it all on only 4 hours of sleep. Like, look at me. If I can do it, you can do it. Get to work. But I'm much better, healthier, and happier than that. I may not look like I'm much healthier, but believe me, I am much healthier now than I was back then, and who I am now. And a big part of that was sleep, because it allows for clarity of mind, clarity of thought. It enables your creativity. It fosters so many positive things in your life. So please, if you're using this as some sort of guiding tool, first I recommend get the book instead. It's on Kindle. If you get Kindle, you can, and Kindle's free, I think, for a month for everybody. Um, this is what the aerobics was about. So, what really helps your sleep is if you have about 2.5 hours a week of aerobic exercises and some resistance work. So I got the resistance work covered. I just got to introduce a little bit of aerobics to my day, which shouldn't be too difficult. I have 3 dogs, so we will go running a little bit, and yeah, that'll be good. Give your mind a break. So the whole point of sleep is to give your brain a chance to just like chill out, relax, recuperate, and get ready for the next day. What's your sleep tip? My sleep tip, honestly, I don't really have one. If you snore, get a CPAP. Again, not a medical expert, my opinion. I snore, and I have a CPAP now, and I sleep much, much better than I used to. And here we go for the summary. Shopping list, already got that down. Blueberries, leafy greens, some chocolate. Identifying some of my ants. So my ants right here, honestly, is that I don't learn fast enough and that I'm not good enough. And those two things are focused entirely on my coding, because I haven't yet mastered React or JavaScript even, and I feel like I should have by now. But if we logically break those down and look at the time spent and the time invested in those things, I haven't failed. I've learned a lot, but my idea of where I need to be versus where I am, they're not the same. And so what I need to identify is that I failed, I'm not good enough, and I'm not learning is not the right mentality, because I am learning. And I haven't failed because I'm still working towards my goal. I just have to get to the goal. And I know how I'm going to do it because of this exercise right here. So it says, what are limitations you're placing on yourself? I did that. What are you telling yourself you can't do? I did that. And then I took it a step further and I wrote down what I was going to do to fix it. What I was going to do to change it from limiting an automatic negative thought to a goal. And then I broke that goal into small, simple steps. And so now I know what I'm going to do to achieve this goal. So that was awesome right there. I feel so much better about that because it really was this dark thought in the back of my head that I knew was there but never addressed. Even with the practices from the magic, I never really said it or felt it or even believed it. And so I'm glad I'm on that road to learning and to growing and to experiencing the process. Next is think about how you'd like to expand your learning. What have you always wanted to master that you haven't found the time to master? Different languages, computer coding, sales marketing. And so I have a temporary list right here that I'm going to put on that board. So I am very excited about that. And then, of course, use one of the tools that they've talked about to increase your quality of sleep. And I'm going to introduce the aerobic, the running into my schedule. That's what I'm doing to incorporate that bit of Limitless into this practice for good brain energy. We then move on to oh yeah, such a great transition. We first make our habits and then our habits make us, because our next chapter is small, simple steps. As we said before, motivation is comprised of 3 components: purpose, energy, and small, simple steps. Thank you so much for joining me today. Next time, we will be talking about the small, simple steps. Y'all have a great day. Stay learning, stay healthy, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.